Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to work in Italy without paying Social Security if you are an American citizen. Okay? If you're new to this channel, ESENtaxa talks about how to optimize your taxation if you want to relocate to a specific country in Europe. We help people to understand with tax simulation, with consultancy services, with other connected services to understand if that specific country makes sense or not for your pocket, for basically tax-wise. Of course, every country can be chosen, of course, for different reasons, but the taxation part is extremely important for your pocket. So we need to understand how much we can optimize in advance before moving there. Otherwise, we can choose other destinations still in Europe. Now, if you want to know more about our services, in the description below the video, you have our calendar link to book a consultation. And if you like to know about the international taxation concept and matters, the important things is to still check the description below, because we have also released an online course which is called International Taxation for Dummies, in which you will understand exactly all the international taxation concept, which is extremely important to know in advance before approaching the discussion with any tax consultant. Can be us, can be anybody else. Now, going back to the topic of this video, I just want to remind you that it's possible to work in a specific country in Europe. Let's take the example of Italy, because we are expert on this country. We have an accounting firm there. We can assist you also from the accounting part, and we also have clients with this specific situation. So US people, US citizen who wants to move to Italy and keep working as a sole proprietorship, as a freelancer basically, and they want to exploit the forfait regime, impatriate regime, so the tax benefit for a certain number of years. But what happens is that you have to pay theoretically the Italian Social Security, which is the INPS. In Italy it's quite high. We know that it's around 24-26% based on the type of job, but it's quite a big chunk of your money that goes away and flow to the Italian National Institution for Pensions. So it's mandatory to pay, but there is an exemption for US citizens. So if you are a US citizen and you are already paying your Social Security in the United States, thanks to a specific agreement between Italy and the United States of America, you can basically ask to the American National Social Security Institution the certification of coverage. Thanks to this paper, you can be exempt of paying Social Security in Italy, and you can basically enjoy only the taxation benefit. I mean, exactly the taxation benefit in Italy. For example, in the impatriate regime, half of the income is tax-free, and then you don't have to pay the INPS, which is quite big, 26%, but you pay your Social Security in the United States, which is quite lower, which, if I'm not wrong, you know better than me, of course, it's around 15%, considering also Medicare and other stuff. Of course, what can be covered? I mean, what you can use in exchange of the INPS, everything that you are obliged to pay in the United States, which means the Social Security that you pay by law, this is something that can be used as a replacement of INPS. So the certification of coverage basically is telling to the INPS, and we do this procedure for you guys if you want to enroll as a freelancer in Italy, and say to the Italian National Institution for Social Security in Italy that you want to pay Social Security in Italy because you won't keep paying, accumulating your Social Security in the United States, because you have the Social Security plan that works well, it's less expensive, and so on. So from one side we have the tax benefit in Italy you can fully enjoy, plus your lower Social Security in US compared to the Italian one, and you can combine both things at the same time. Of course, this works for a maximum number of years, which is 5 years, after which you have to start paying Social Security in Italy, unless you want to leave, because you know that the impatriate regime, for example, stays for 5 years. So you can enjoy in these 5 years the impatriate regime, the reduced INPS because you're going to pay in your country, and enjoy Italy basically if you want to move in this country. This type of agreement, it's also in common with a lot of European countries, similar as in Italy. But a lot of people are not aware of that. If you're living to Italy, moving to this country, you become resident, then you want to be relocated to another European country, you have another module, which is called Module A1, which is exempt of paying Social Security in each country you are relocated. So let's imagine for a maximum time of 24 months, which is actually 2 years, you need to work because of your clients are in another country, you need to open up the VAT number position in Germany, for example, but you want to keep keep paying Social Security in Italy because you don't want to have multiple Social Security that when you get old must be accumulated and it's going to be complicated in the end. So you avoid it and you keep paying Social Security in your country. Or since you're not paying the Social Security in Italy because you have a certification of coverage, since you're a US citizen, you can keep using the certification of coverage also for Germany and from France and from Spain, etc., except for Belgium, etc., etc., etc. So if you want to help with this procedure, if you want to enjoy your lower Social Security in US plus the tax benefit in Italy, let us know. In the description below the video you have our email contact info@esentaxa.com or a calendar link to book a consultation because this procedure needs to be examined. We need to understand exactly your business and also understand the length of your stay in Italy if for you is a permanent stay or just a temporary stay. So everything can be adjusted and adapted and optimized based on personal situations. I hope you like this content and subscribe the channel, notification bell to be always updated whenever we release this kind of information. See you to the next content. Bye.